Hello, this is Ron Risman at cameratown.com, and I am here to show you a brand new product today. This product is called the Habbycam SD camera brace, or a shoulder mount for your DSLR or camcorder. The whole purpose of the Habbycam really is to take small cameras that you normally hold in front of you that are fairly unstable and give you the way to stabilize it by putting this on the shoulder, but doing it in a way that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. Most of these shoulder rigs start at around $700–800 for a decent one and then go up from there. And the Habbycam SD sells for $249, and that's complete with everything that I'll show you here in just a minute. So I'm going to get back here so I can give you a little bit more of a demo of this product here. Right now I've got a Canon 7D with a 70–200 f2.8 lens on here, so it's a pretty big camera rig that I have on here, and I've got a Zacuto Z finder on the back. Normally what I would do is I would hold this on a tripod or on a monopod, or I have handles that I can also hold it with. But now I'm putting it on the Habbycam SD, and I've got a shoulder rig where I can actually look through the viewfinder, and I have the stability that I would normally have with a shoulder mount camcorder. Now, a lot of people find it defeats the purpose of taking a small digital SLR and making it such a big rig, and why not just get a big rig? And the reason being is digital SLRs give you incredibly shallow depth of field because the sensor size is so large that when you're shooting, especially in lower lighting conditions, and you're shooting at f1.8 or f2.8, you can get a really shallow depth of field, which gives you a very filmic look or a cinematic look. So what I want to show you is I want to show you this fully configured, and then I'm going to take everything off and just show you the Habbycam itself. But you've got a nice 3/4 inch foam pad right here that rests on your shoulder. And on top of the foam pad, you've got a lot of different holes, almost like a cheese plate. And each one of these holes is a 1/4 mount. So it makes it very easy to add on. Maybe you want to put a weight on the back to help counterbalance the weight that you have on the front. Or maybe you want to attach extra gear, whether it be like I have an H4n right here attached to it. Maybe you want to attach other microphones to it, or other maybe an external monitor arm. So you can actually have a external monitor on here that pivots around in front of you. Whatever it may be, this is a fully customizable rig, and despite its low price, it is very, very well made, very, very sturdy. So I'm going to take everything off of here, and I'm going to give you a rundown of what the Habbycam SD is made of. So right now I've got my camera separated from it, and I've got my platform right here. I'm going to go put the camera down, and now I'm going to take off. I just sort of made a makeshift 1/4 adapter here that from some other gear that I had in my bag. So I'm going to unscrew the Zoom H4n and now leave this in a configuration that is exactly the way it comes. So this is the Habbycam SD, and I'm going to run through. We've already covered a little bit about this shoulder mount right here, the padded shoulder mount. Then you've got this mount here, and most of the things on here are toolless. There is an Allen wrench needed if you wanted to adjust this over more. So if you weren't using a DSLR where the viewfinder is directly on the back, sometimes you could viewfinders that flip out like you would on a traditional camcorder, you would actually probably not have this over to the left of this shoulder pad. So you would take the two Allen wrenches, loosen this up, and then you could slide this over so that your viewfinder now is in front of your face rather than the back of the camera like we have with DSLRs. From here you've got this adjustment which allows you to lower or raise the height of this. So if you're using this on a camera that is smaller, you can raise it up. If you're using it on a camera that might have a battery grip attached to the bottom of it, you can lower it down to compensate for the height of the camera or the LCD screen on the camera. So fully customizable without needing additional tools. I'm going to tighten this up right about here. This platform is also adjustable on this little pseudo rail system. I almost think this looks like one of those toys that you get at Toys R Us where the spinning disc goes down and around and you flip it. But it's very, very solidly made, so despite its looks, it really works well and it's made well. This platform here can be loosened with this screw here. You've got two screws underneath here, two knobs. This knob here actually attaches your camera to the platform, or if you have a quick release plate, you can attach it to the platform. And this one here actually loosens the actual platform itself. So if you're not using a Zacuto Z finder on the back and you just want to have the viewfinder in use, you might want to slide this forward a little bit to get the viewfinder a little bit away from your eyes to make it easy to focus on. If you're using a shorter lens and you have the Z finder on here, you might want to move this back a little bit, maybe about halfway. And with my 70 to 200 millimeter lens that I had on here with the Z finder, I sort of had to move this all the way. I forget. I think I had to move it pretty far back to compensate for the length of the lens. So it's fully adjustable here. I haven't tried it with anything bigger than a 70 to 200, and typically you wouldn't want to handhold too many things beyond a 70 to 200, but you have a fully adjustable platform if you want to do so. Once you get the position where you want this, you can actually just lock this in and you're all set to go. The handle is also removable, and the handle screws in. As you can see, it screws at an angle, which makes it very comfortable to hold. And they actually sell additional handles, so if you lose this or you want to get a second one in case something happens to this, these run $29, so they're pretty inexpensive. And again, that's all part of the Habbycam philosophy, which is to give cinematographers some low-price gear without having to really break the bank. And I love this. It's a very light unit. You can add weights, as I mentioned. Again, I'm going to bring this close up to the camera here. You've got these 1/4 screws. You've got 9 of them here, and you've got another 9 up on top. So it makes it easy to find adjustment spots to attach additional accessories to the product. Okay, so now I've got the 7D and the 70 to 200 millimeter mounted back on this platform, and I'm going to test out the viewfinder. Viewfinder is a little bit far back from me, so I can loosen the platform up just a little bit, slide this forward, and make it perfect for my eye. Then I can lock it in. And now I'm all set to go. Now, one of the nice things about this, if you keep the strap on your camera, it makes it easy where if you need to stop shooting for a minute, you can put this down. And yeah, you're going to bear some of the weight on your neck here, but with a neoprene strap here, it's not so bad. And this allows this to hang, and then when you're ready to go, you just place this back up, and it makes it very, very stable. So I'm going to do some shooting now. I'm going to turn the camera on, and I'm going to set my ISO down to 100, and then we're going to bring my I'm going to bring my aperture to f11 or f10. Since I don't have an ND filter on the front right now, and I'm going to aim right at the camera here, and I'm going to zoom in all the way, and I'm going to start recording, and I'm going to stop talking for just a second. Hello there. I'm going to shift focus, going up the length of the tree here. And I'm going to stop recording for a second. What I like about this configuration is I can shoot, because I have just one handle and I'm centered underneath the camera, I can use left hand or right hand, even when the pad is on my right side. And this gives me the availability where if I want to actually sit here and adjust focus and also have my finger near the exposure button, I have both capabilities right here in front of me in my hand, and it gives me a second point on the camera to actually hold this. So it may look a little awkward, but actually it doesn't feel that uncomfortable. And with this kind of lens on the front, it would make sense to add some sort of a weight pack to the back. Now, Habbycam doesn't make any optional weights right now, but you could jury rig something here yourself. And since you've got 1/4 in here, and this is a pretty sturdy, if it's not a hard plastic, it's some sort of a metal platform. It feels a little bit, it feels plastic, but it feels really, really strong. But by attaching some 1/4 here, you might be able to actually attach a weight to this system as well. Normally I would use a shoulder rig with a 24 to 105 or something a little bit smaller than this. But I guess if I was at a sporting event and I was shooting sports, I may put this lens on here and shoot like this unless I'm on a tripod. But if I need to be moving down that field, my choices are either a monopod or my choices are a shoulder rig like this. So I think a shoulder rig just gives you a little bit of extra flexibility. If I want to get down to a lower angle, I don't have to sit there and readjust. I don't have to sit there and readjust the monopod for the different angles. I can just sort of bend down, get the shot I want, then come back up. So $249. It's called the Habbycam SD. You can visit them at habbycam.com, HABBYCAM.com, and you'll be able to read our full review on cameratown.com when you see this video. Thanks very much.